I'm sorry, I'm going to read this because I took a lot of time thinking about this in particular, and because my challenges were all very personal with this, I think I'll be more comfortable actually reading it to you because I've thought more carefully. If I have to try and remember it, I won't. So the challenges I experienced through this have been very personal ones and relate to revisiting my childhood, something I've always avoided. We visited both the Out of the Ordinary exhibition and the Mikala Dwyer exhibition on the same day. And it was this particular piece from Out of the Ordinary by Nicholas Mangan that not only sparked my imagination but transported me straight back to childhood. I was an avid fairy tale reader and a huge Enid Blyton fan as a child, and I spent many hours climbing castles or the Magic Faraway Tree to escape my reality. So the sight of an aluminium ladder that became more and more organic as you climbed higher really sparked my imagination and made me desperate to climb it, but I think I'm capable. But as a result, my mind was open to the memory of childhood after seeing it, which it very rarely is. So when we went into the Mikala Dwyer exhibition, with my childhood barriers already down, it was easier to be transported back, but this time the memories weren't so happy. The piece entitled Square Cloud Compound triggered some awful memories of abuse. It seems to be a big, huge, colourful blanket fort, and while many people will think of that as a safe and happy place, to me it was a place that predators can hide and hurt. So I went home in a state of high anxiety, trying to obliterate it from my mind, but I kept coming back to it. And that's when I started to wonder if maybe I could combine the happy memory with the traumatic one, and perhaps start to rewrite my childhood the way I wanted to, where I came out as a victor, not a victim. I realised I had the freedom to write my own happily ever after. I planned a series of conceptual composite images and set about casting the characters. The only character who was completely based on reality, because I was a bit of a off with the fairies kid, was me. And so that was challenging in itself, because as an adult, I'm still at odds with that little girl. But I found 8-year-old Eiley, and she captured the vulnerability of myself at that age beautifully. The rest of the characters were all the imaginary people I played with. Fairies, angels, mermaids, Puff the Magic Dragon, Panda, and of course Dame Washalot from the Faraway Tree, who I always saw as my mum. I stepped in front of the camera for that role, which I hate to do, so that was another challenge, but I did it as a nod to my late mum, as I'm very like her to look at. And I wanted the Dame to be authentic to my experience and to look like I'd always imagined her. This escaping into fantasy theme is one that I've played with a few times, but I've never done anything as personal as this before. Every image I've done in the past has a bit of me in it, but it will be such a vague nod to my experiences that only I understand it on a deeper level unless I explain it to people. But this series has left me exposed and vulnerable, not just to the viewer, but to myself as well.